Welcome to this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. I've done a good 30-minute warm-up lifting weights and different various activities. I wanted to show a new piece of equipment we got at this facility. This is a machine built by Nautilus called a belt squat, and it's got this platform here, a belt that you attach above your waist. So it's supported by your lower back, and then you can load some weights onto these bars. It has this release mechanism. It's a different way of doing a squat exercise, particularly useful for someone like me who lacks the shoulder flexibility, which I'll probably never regain, to be able to do a regular barbell squat with the bar behind my neck and upper shoulders. So to demonstrate, I put this strap above my pelvis, so it's resting on my lower back and above the iliac crest. It has this convenient hook. I put some light weights on it for a warm-up and to demonstrate. And I'm going to hook the hook. So I'm standing on the floor, not the platform. There's 3 different holes. I'm going to choose this middle hole. You can kind of squat down just to get in position. So they've got these bars, you can step up. And this puts me in a pretty good low squat. I can tighten up the chain if I want to go lower. So you lift, and you can release the safety. Now as you squat down, you get a nice low squat. It's got these handles here, so you can support, keep yourself from losing your balance. Still trying to figure out how to make this feel very much like a squat. Trying to keep my back neutral, but not leaning forward or backwards. And getting about an equal movement in my knees and my hips. So we can hinge back farther. That feels kind of more like deadlift. So trying to keep the chain maybe in vertical. And when you're done, bring the safety back, and down, and unhook it, and you can step off the platform. So with a similar machine like this is shown up at your facility, you're not quite sure how to use it, ask one of the facility employees or staff to demonstrate and help you through it. I think I'll keep working on it. Haven't quite decided what I think of it yet, but I certainly like that I'm not trying to put the weight on my shoulders. I also think it's a little bit safer because unless you're really comfortable with squats, it's pretty easy to tweak your back. Just those little connective muscles in the back, if you twist or lose your balance a little bit, can be quite devastating. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll continue with our regular workout. Continuing with this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle, this is the equipment I plan on using: a set of dumbbells, a medicine ball, a kettlebell, some slide disc, a platform, and a mat. To start, I was going to go through a Tabata using core exercises, 20 seconds plank, followed by dead bug, side plank, and hollow hold. And we'll go through this twice. So on the second set, do the other side of the side plank. Okay, so we'll start with the 20 seconds of a plank. How's it to do these on the forearms? And begin. Try and keep your core engaged and avoid sagging or arching excessively. Had to correct a technical issue. Next we go to dead bug. Start with your arms, knee up, and then lower one arm and the other leg. This not only engages the core, requires a bit of coordination. And we roll over to a side plank. And begin. For a hollow hold, you want to lift your legs in your back and hold it for 20 seconds. To progress, try putting your arms over your head, and to modify, you can always lay back, engage your core, and just lift your legs. For round two, let's go back to our plank. Hands over. Back to dead bug. And let's do the other side plank. And begin. And one more hollow hold. Okay. Pause the recording. Get a drink of water. Get ready for our first action interval. I forgot to mention I was going to do a suitcase carry for Tabata combined with a drag of a plate. So I have a plate hitched up with a rope that I can drag, and then the alternative is just pick up the weight and carry it on one side. And back to our drag. And again, another interval of a suitcase carry. Drag. Exercise, not the feeling I'm having. This is our last suitcase carry. And again. And the last drag. Take a little break, get a drink of water, we'll get ready for a strengthening session. For our first exercise, I'm going to start with a Romanian deadlift or straight leg deadlift. The only difference is the amount of bend in your knees. Romanian has a bit more bend. This is a back extension exercise, so you want to lower the weight somewhat below your knees, but without hinging too far forward. And then up straight. You can always progress this by using a heavier weight and modify it by even going to very lightweight or no weight at all. You want to make sure you don't arch your back. The next exercise is going to do a front lunge with a medicine ball slam over the front leg. So lunge forward and slam. Forward, other side. Make sure you don't slam the ball on your toe. Getting pretty close. Last repetition. Going to follow that with a step up at your own pace. And finally, a one-leg deadlift with the weight. I like to hold the weight on the outside, lift with my inside leg, and have a platform to help me maintain balance. It's always better if you can balance without the platform. This is essentially a posterior chain glute and hamstring exercise. And switch sides. Always progress this by coming to a knee lift after the rear leg. And let's do one more. I frequently see on the internet while scrolling different activities to see how old you actually are. And one of them I saw was a knee lift for balance, for time, how long can you hold it. And their recommendation for seniors, it was about 20 seconds. Let's do the other side. You can always progress this by closing your eyes, putting your arms out, rotating, or even just looking side to side increases the difficulty. And we'll get into an action interval next. I'm going to do another Tabata set, alternating between kettlebell swing and a box squat. So kettlebell swing, exercising the posterior, box squat, essentially the quadriceps. So 20 seconds, and followed by 10 seconds rest, and we'll alternate the exercises. So kettlebell swing, starting in 5 seconds. And begin. Three, two, one, and 10-second rest, and our box squat. You can always progress this by holding the weight. Since Tabatas are hard enough, I kind of go with lighter weights, and if I need to increase, I can go at a faster pace. And rest. Back to kettlebell swing. And begin. Moving this is primarily done with your hips, and your arms just go along for the ride. Repeat our box squat. And begin. Rest. Back to kettlebell swing. and begin. Box squat. And begin. Last set of kettlebell swing. And begin. Set the kettlebell down. Last set, a box squat. And begin. Very good. Take a break, get some water, and come right back. I saw another thing on the internet saying how many box squats should you be able to do according to age. And age 65 plus, they said 20 or more in 30 seconds. And at the pace I was going, I was getting 18 or so box squats in 20 seconds. So probably on track. I don't know who makes these up. They're supposed to be physical therapists or exercise trainers, but I don't think any of them are in their 70s, so I'm not sure how much weight to put into that. Next, we're going to grab some dumbbells. Again, you can always modify these with heavier, modify with lighter dumbbells or progress with heavier dumbbells, or even just using muscle tension in your arms. So start off with a set of curls. I usually try and do between 10 and 20 repetitions for each exercise. To progress, you can always go through the set again, do it as essentially like a circuit. Let's do 5 more. Okay, and then let's go right into an up raise. An upright row. If you can always pause, take a rest, and resume the exercise. It's actually quite beneficial to get to muscle failure, a little bit of rest, and then a few more repetitions. You want to hinge forward at your waist and do a lateral raise. I'm finding these 12-pounders to be too heavy, so we're going to switch to something lighter. It's important to maintain form and don't try and work with a weight that's too heavy. Form and getting to muscle failure are more important than the amount of weight you're lifting. And then let's go to a kickback where we bend our elbows. We're still in that hinged position. Go ahead and set the waist down. We'll get ready for our final Tabata action interval. We're going to combine incline push-up and plank when you get finished with how many push-ups you can do. followed by an interval of mountain climbers. I like to use incline in the slide disc for this. If you're ready, we'll get started with this final action interval. Incline push-ups, direct the plank when you need to, and then mountain climbers. Second rest to get ready to do mountain climbers on the slide disc. And begin. Push up, plank, and I find after that first set, you do fewer push-ups and a longer plank. Back to our mountain climbers. Definitely want that right around. Next set, push a plank. Mountain climber next. Again, you can always pause when you're deep. Last set, push-up plank. One more push-up. And our final set of mountain climbers. And begin. Congratulations. You might have guessed that I kind of like Tabata intervals for the action interval. The reason is it gets my heart rate up nicely. It's quite challenging, but it's not so long that I suffer more joint injury. So I wouldn't want to try and exercise at that intensity for a longer period. I also would only do these sorts of interval 2 or 3 times a week, allowing adequate rest and recovery in between. On days that you're not, if you want to do another activity, walking or some other low impact cardio, heading for a zone 2, maybe 3. Zone 2 is about 70% of predicted maximal heart rate. So at age 70, that's somewhere between 95 and 105 beats per minute, which is quite comfortable. I like to do that on a stationary bike and go for 20 to 30 minutes. Hope you enjoyed this workout and hope to see you again soon.